Hi,
I'm Sandra.
I'm Ricardo,
I'm Hi.
and we're going to be telling you what we did on Careers Week. So, Monday we had Leanne. Leanne's masterclass. It was really good to see Leanne again. Wait, when did we have her again? Like start of year one. It was just amazing to see her again. We did an intense workout, which was keep our hearts racing, just keep our body warm, because if we don't do a workout, then we're most likely to injure ourselves. And we did that. Then we told them what plays we're doing. We told them we were doing Shakespeare plays, or Shakespeare monologues and contemporary monologues. And what did we do after that?
And
we did an exercise when we closed our eyes. Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah, we did some warming up our voices exercises, and then we did that kind of exercise where we close our eyes and slowly ease up the tension that we have in our body, and then slowly turn into like just a creature, and then just a person living there. And then we saw our character in a mirror, then we became that character, and then like we did something like a line run through by telling it out loud, telling it like quick. Then we did and we got into pairs, and then we said our lines. How's that exercise called?
It was
line read.
It was like a focus exercise.
Like we were interrupting and we're saying our lines before our partner would say it. So that it's something like a line learning.
Oh, sword fighting?
No, we didn't do that. Yeah, we did suggest it, but Leanne said not to. We did, on the other hand, as Sandra said, that we said our first line from our monologues, and she just wants us to be aware of like our surroundings, because like I'll give an example. If I'm playing a king, how would I be around people? Like, especially if the people are servants, and you know how kings were back in like the 50s, 60s. Like they're like, I'm strong power. You're a servant. You bow down to me. Whereas a servant, on the other hand, is more like they keep their head down, just try not to be known or seen by like higher power people, I guess.
With that, she helped us a lot. She got us to. She saw a very big improvement on us, because we were literally focused. All of us, we were focused on our character, on our monologue, like the way that we were walking. She found each one of our pace suitable, and also like I think that her knowing most of our monologues, since she is a very big Shakespeare fan, and she knew basically all of our monologues, so that she knew our characters, she knew how we would walk, and she said like, okay, yeah, that's correct, that how she's walking, how he is saying his lines. That was really very good. So yeah, that was exercise.
We all have performed our monologue.
Yeah.
How did you think yours went?
I think it kind of went well. Of course, I was a little bit nervous because I obviously wanted to do well. I would say my strength in that performance was that I was very much internal, like with my character, like with who he is as a person, so I'd say I definitely feel like that my vocal capability getting better. So I feel like, not to go on about my deafness, but where like we can't speak in one like monotone. I think my words was able to be clear, and I feel like I think it will. But the only thing that we can't improve on is kind of slowing down my monologue, because I realised when watching back the video that I did, I realised I would not rush into it, but I would kind of rush into it.
Because the faster you go, you're doing Shakespeare, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like Shakespeare's a hard one, because like if you do speak really fast, that means your articulate needs to be more clear. If it's not, then the audience ain't gonna hear you. So, I'm glad you took into that, and you did amazing there, Harry.
Yeah, you did really good.
Thanks. I did Comedy of Errors. Leanne gave me a little tactic. She said to me that, well, I said to her that my character has run across the whole castle just to tell my master's wife and sister. So she was like, if that's the case, look like you're out of breath. And she gave an example where this, I'm not sure what play this person was doing, but it looked like he was running for a marathon. So what he did was, backstage, he was doing some workout thing, like he was, I don't know, I think he was like running the sport, doing some press ups just to get himself tired. And let's just say it worked. So I took that idea and said, you know what, just before I do my monologue, I'm just gonna, what's it called? Is it called burpees?
Yeah.
Burpees. I did burpees. And I'm not joking, when I did my monologue, I was out of breath. I was like, I like it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things which I took in. Weakness though, the ad says to me that when I turn my head, not to be so like that, because the audience can't see my face.
Yeah.
However, this way and that way is much better because I'm talking to two people, not like this or like that, because they want to get my reaction, they want to see my face. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. I did as well my Shakespeare monologue. I was very, very happy that Leanne liked my choices, both of my contemporary and my Shakespeare one. She liked it a lot. She thinks that I suit them. And when I did it, I felt like I did well. I could have gone much better. I think Leanne thought of that as well. What I needed to do is like make a little bit, I made some character choices based on my physicality and my projection kind of, or the way that I deliver my lines, a bit more different than what all of the, because I've seen a lot of versions from Joan of Arc, and I have seen that the way that I have, based off like, put up my monologue based on my physicality mostly, is very different from how other actresses have played Joan of Arc, because they're a bit more stable, while I am going back, I'm falling down like to show weakness, and then I come back up to show strength. Leanne told me that it wasn't what she was expecting, but she liked it, so that's good. I think that I need to improve on making a bit like more accurate moves. Plus, I think that what she told me is that it needs to have more pace. So when I say like no misconceived, and then I stand up and say Joan of Arc has been a virgin since her tender infancy, she told me that I need to make a longer pause, just so that silence can fall and people can see my reaction changing from fear to scary to like intimidating. So that's what I've been working on since that lesson, and I think that the points that she made were very useful for me. So yeah.
Okay, so that's what we did in Leanne's lesson. Afterwards we had
Ashley
for the masterclass. Do you want to explain how that went, Larry? Oh no, you wasn't in.
He wasn't in, yeah.
Was you in?
Yeah, I was.
Do you want to explain it then?
Yeah, so at first we got into some exercises just to get kind of, no.
I didn't know it would be that hard.
Known into the whole physical theatre, like kind of movements, and to get more known into the idea of being coordinated with our classmates. We did some kind of synchronization exercise, like counting or then like jumping, and being it with pace. And then we did an exercise based on based on movement, that we would create movements on taking off a jacket and then devising some kind of devising piece with ourselves, counting our moves, and having it levels, having it paces, having it in motion, like moving our body more, just to understand a bit more like of what it is to create something like that and how important it is to consider everything that he told us, about the levels, about the places and all these things.
How did you guys find the coat exercise? Personally, I found it not tricky because I know some people did, because there was times where you had to.
Oh, sorry, yes.
It's fine. You had to first mime it. No, you had to put your coat on and say, okay, how many steps does it take? Once you knew how many steps it roughly was, say for instance 6, put the coat down. You had to then mime it, which didn't really take long for me. That was fairly easy. I did see some people had to pick up their coat, like, alright, let me just try this one more time.
Yeah.
But personally, I think it was fine. I think the only thing I started to struggle with was when we did the like the whole adding different movement. That's when it started to get a little bit hard, because I was like, wait, I gotta move my arm like this and then like that. It just looks kind of hard
Yeah,
to me.
true. For me, it's like, I find it kind of hard to mimic it, because I think that if you have, because Ashley told us that the moves could be as much as 16 moves, like 16, arm movements, and I think that as many as we would put into the whole taking of the jacket, it would be as hard. And for me, I had 11 moves, and I messed up a lot of times. So I said, oh, okay, I messed up. I need to put my jacket on so that to see how can I do it again. But I think that the whole purpose of it, because then we got up and then we did our monologues doing the movement. I think that was really good, because it got us into the whole idea of being aware of our movements and our lines, because it was also a line learning exercise, get our lines into our heads a lot. Even if I consider physical theatre a bit harder than, just actual scene of just sitting down in a chair and saying your lines, I find that, doing a whole choreography thing would be much harder, because you have to remember your lines as well. But I think that, it all takes a bit of practice, it all takes a bit of discipline, to learn your lines, learn your moves, so that you can master it. And I think that Ashley's lesson was very, very useful for that.
Okay, moving on, because we don't have that much time.
Yep.
We then had the
Stage combat.
That's, do you want to play this one? Because you was in for this
one.
So we had stage combat with Jeff, and we had her last year, so we kind of knew what we were kind of doing freehand. And during that lesson, we were kind of, sorry, my voice is a little crazy. During that lesson, we were kind of doing more advanced, realistic kind of punches, slaps across the face.
She explained 5 rules to us. It was, I remember there was eye contact. So like when you're about to throw a punch, it's important that there's complete eye contact at all times, because if I'm throwing a punch and my partner's not looking, he's not ready and I actually could harm him. I think it's surrounding. Something about
be aware of your
spatial
surroundings.
awareness. Spatial awareness, so be aware of the space around you. If I'm fighting in a crowd's place, I need to be careful, of course. That guy's going to be fighting. Grounding. What's grounding again? It's like be grounded with the floor,
being stable on the floor with your 2 feet, so that you don't fly around.
And there's trust. That's one. Of course, any dangerous stunt, you've always got to have trust, otherwise it won't work. And there's one more, but I don't know what it is.
Respect.
That was it. If I had a long day yesterday, and I come in and someone's like, alright, I'm going to punch you here, okay, is that fine? If I say no, I don't really feel like doing it today, respect that. Like, okay, that's fine. I'll take it easy on you, or if you don't want to do it, that's fine. So we went through the rules again, and her name's Jess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She also explained to us that like actors like us, we're too precious to get harmed, sort of. So it's like if we do get harmed, what's up?
Let's go.
Okay, we're coming. We'll do a part 2, I think. Yeah.